There may be an encouraging word here for you today, and you are free to receive it at your own pace. Nothing here is meant to pressure you, frighten you, or promise instant results. Simply take a quiet moment and keep reading if it brings you peace. Dear friend, something meaningful may be stirring in your life right now. Please stay present through the end if you can. You may notice a gentle pull in your heart as you read these words. That does not have to be fear or confusion. It may simply be the beginning of renewed focus and honest reflection. Heaven understands how heavy things have felt for you. Heaven understands how many nights you carried your worries in silence. You may have said, "I just want something good to happen now." Many people of faith would call that a sincere prayer, and they would say that God hears even the quietest cry. Do not turn away from hope. A door that has felt closed for a long time may begin to open in an unexpected but practical way. As your spirit steadies, you may also begin to notice that your limits are not as final as they once seemed. New possibilities, wiser choices, and better timing can begin to gather around your name. You have come this far because you did not give up when things were difficult. You kept going, often quietly, often without recognition. Even when no one could see how deeply you were hurting, you still chose to believe that your life mattered. Now, the answers you need may come through wisdom, support, timing, and opportunities that feel larger than your fears. Take a moment to set your intention in faith. Let your heart agree with peace, steadiness, and protection from unnecessary loss. There is no rush and no demand attached to this. Just remain attentive and grounded as this season unfolds. You may already sense that a new beginning is moving closer to your life. Sometimes it arrives as an unexpected calm, a soft warmth, or the simple feeling that change is possible again. Stay with that. For many people, this is what readiness feels like. What is ahead may not only help relieve financial strain, but may also restore a kind of peace that money alone cannot create. If a blessing is coming, let it come in a healthy, honest, and sustainable way. At this very moment, you may imagine the presence of comfort beside you, like a symbol of hope held carefully in safe hands. That image can remind you that your faith and endurance still matter. The air may feel different when your perspective begins to shift. What feels charged inside you does not have to be luck or fantasy. It may be the simple but powerful moment when you start believing that restoration is possible. Think of this not as a dramatic promise, but as a loving correction in your outlook. If life has taken a great deal from you, healing often begins by restoring what fear tried to steal. This message is meant to remind you to receive peace, not panic. Tell your heart that you are ready for renewal. Tell heaven that you are open to wise restoration. Picture your name next to words like peace, provision, growth, and inheritance of good things. That can mean that the stability your family hoped for may begin to show up through better decisions, healthier patterns, and doors that finally make sense. Stay open to the ways encouragement may reach you, whether through a conversation, a message, or an unexpected chance to move forward. Often, before an answered prayer becomes visible, there is a small but clear sign that change is near. Pay gentle attention to what is in front of you. Stay with this reflection through the end if it helps you stay centered. Dear friend, remain still for a moment. Do not rush past what may be quietly taking shape within you. Heaven may be inviting you to pay attention before this moment passes. The atmosphere around you can feel different when your heart is learning to rest. There may be a quiet pressure in your chest or an unusual stillness around your thoughts. Many believers would describe that as a reminder that a difficult season is ending and that your blessings may begin to flow more freely again. Whatever has been blocking your peace can start to loosen. Stay present through the rest of this message. The deeper insight begins here. If your life is changing, it may be because you are finally ready to receive what is healthy, honest, and timely. This is not only about money. It is also about renewal, peace, and progress coming together in one season of growth. Sometimes good things take time because they need the right timing, the right maturity, and the right support around them. Now may be the time to receive what has been delayed. In spiritual language, some would say that heaven is speaking comfort over your life. In practical language, you may simply be entering a season where your efforts, your wisdom, and your support system begin to align. The pressure around your finances does not have to define you forever. Your name can become connected with something better than fear, something more valuable than what you once thought possible. You kept going when it would have been easier to quit. You prayed through quiet seasons. You trusted that your pain was not invisible. Now, the response may come not in dramatic claims, but in provision, right timing, and favor that shows up through real opportunities. Let this truth settle in gently. Anything good meant for you does not require panic. You do not have to chase it in fear. Stay attentive, because peace often notices what panic would miss. You may already feel that a fresh start is on the way. That sudden calm, that soft warmth, that sense that something meaningful is about to shift. Stay present with it. For many people, that is what readiness feels like. You have been growing toward this moment all along. What is coming may help your finances, but it may also bring a steadier mind and a calmer heart. If this reflection resonates with you, let that be a sign to stay open and attentive. The reward of endurance is rarely random. It often grows out of everything you have lived through. Right now, imagine reassurance standing near you like a sealed message of hope. Inside that image is a reminder that your faith still has value. Inside it is the possibility that life can feel different again. That is often why the air seems changed. It can feel charged not because of spectacle, but because your perspective is shifting. Something unseen may be changing within you, and that has everything to do with how you move forward. Pause for one deep breath. Let this be a moment of clarity rather than fear. If the world took something from you, healing may look like gradually receiving it back in wiser form. This message is meant to be more than noise. Let it be a reminder of freedom, dignity, and inner inheritance. That can mean the kind of support, provision, or direction your family line needed may finally be reaching you. It may arrive through a phone call, a message, or a new opportunity that fits where you are now. Sometimes life comes back into order, one clear step at a time. Stay through the end if you would like to hear one sign that often appears before a blessing becomes visible. Dear friend, remain here for a moment longer. Do not rush away. What may be changing in your life deserves your full attention. The atmosphere around you may be shifting right now. It may not be far off at all. There can be a reason for unusual stillness in the air, and a reason for the soft pressure in your heart. Many believers would say that comfort is close, even when you cannot see it. Your spirit may recognize safety before your mind fully understands it. That sense of calm can be its own form of reassurance. Even if you do not understand everything, trust what is peaceful and grounded. Trust that heaven may be doing more than you can measure. The right time can arrive after long seasons of tears and prayer. Your life can enter a new chapter without noise or spectacle. Blessings that once felt delayed may begin to move again with clarity and purpose. Practical breakthroughs may already be moving toward you. Stay with this part. Imagine a golden thread connecting your spirit to hope, wisdom, and provision. Every moment you stay grounded strengthens your ability to notice what is real. In faith language, people might say the angels are working on your behalf. In everyday language, that may look like obstacles lifting, doors opening, and a path becoming clearer than it has been in a long time. If you want to mark this moment, do it quietly and sincerely. Your words matter when they are honest. Agreement with peace can change how you move through the day. Dear friend, listen carefully now. The atmosphere around you may be charged with expectation, but it does not have to be frantic. Help may already be clearing the path before you. Some of the obstacles that stood between you and a better future may be weakening right now. You may not have seen it happening, but many changes begin behind the scenes long before they become visible. There can be a reason you suddenly feel lighter. There can be a reason the burden feels less heavy. Sometimes the struggle around your finances begins to lose power when your fear loses its grip. In spiritual imagery, Archangel Michael is often pictured with a sword of protection and courage. Let that image remind you that what held your peace hostage does not have to rule you forever. Whatever provision comes into your life should come in healthy ways, through wisdom, work, support, and doors that open honestly. When it arrives, let it remind you that grace can still meet you in ordinary life. No one else needs to take ownership of what God is doing in your heart. That is part of the beauty of a true blessing. It carries a kind of peace that does not need spectacle. Stay with this. What comes next may confirm something your spirit has been trying to tell you for a long time. In the language of faith, there are promises written over every life. Those promises speak of purpose, mercy, and hope. Your life is not forgotten among them. There may be good things prepared for you that had to wait for the right season, the right growth, and the right support around them. Some doors stay closed until you are able to walk through them wisely. But seasons do change. Delays can end. What was once withheld can begin to flow again in a form you are ready to handle. If you need words for this moment, simply acknowledge that hope is alive. Your words carry weight when they are sincere. What you speak over your life can help shape the way you meet the future. Let your heart agree with peace, and let that agreement become the seal on this moment. If you feel warmth spreading through your body, treat it as a reminder to slow down and breathe. Your spirit can recognize truth even when your thoughts are unsettled. Trust what is calm more than what is loud. If a breakthrough is coming, let it be steady, responsible, and abundant enough to help you and bless others in healthy ways. That is often how grace works. It meets real needs and leaves room for generosity. But it is important to understand something deeper. This is not only about money. Yes, practical provision matters, but something else may also be happening. You may be being positioned. You may be growing in confidence. You may be being set apart for work, service, or purpose that requires more stability than you had before. Constant survival mode can make it hard to see the bigger picture. So, if relief is coming, it may be part of a larger restoration. It may be giving you room to focus on what you were made to do. This may be bigger than you realized. Stay through the end. We are reaching the strongest part of this reflection. The sense of expectation may be building. Can you feel it? That quiet tingling, that anticipation, that awareness that something meaningful may be happening right now. It does not have to be your imagination. Sometimes spiritual awareness simply becomes easier to notice when you are finally still. There may be insight flowing into your heart right now. Wisdom, direction, ideas, and practical strategy can begin to settle in when fear gets quieter. You may not understand all of it in this exact moment, but in the coming days you may notice clearer thoughts rising in your mind. Those thoughts may help you recognize what to do next, whom to speak with, which opportunities to consider, and which ones to leave alone. That is the gift of guidance. It can awaken slowly and steadily. Parts of you that felt dormant may be waking up again. You are no longer required to force every step. You may begin moving with more peace and less resistance. Things can start to unfold in ways that feel calm, appropriate, and timely. Stay present here. It matters to protect this stillness. Listen closely now. Imagine a protective covering being placed over your life in this moment. For many people of faith, the promise of Isaiah 54:17 is a reminder that what is formed against you does not get the final word. Let that truth encourage you. What is meant for you does not have to be blocked by every opinion, every setback, or every unkind voice. You may have known people who did not understand you, did not support you, or spoke negatively over your future. Hear this clearly. Their words do not define your destiny. Their influence can end where your healing begins. From this day forward, walk with greater peace and favor. Doors may open that once felt impossible. People may help you for reasons you cannot fully explain. Opportunities may appear in ways that surprise you. That is not always luck. Sometimes it is what life looks like when fear loosens and faith becomes practical again. The pressure you faced may have tried to break your spirit, discourage your heart, and make you give up on what mattered most. But pressure does not always destroy. Sometimes it clarifies. Sometimes the very season that felt crushing was also teaching you endurance, discernment, and dependence on God instead of panic. You are not the same person you were when the struggle began. You are stronger. You are wiser. You have learned to trust heaven when everything around you told you to fear. That may be one of the deepest treasures this difficult season gave you. Any financial relief that follows is meaningful, but it is not the whole story. The deeper gift is the person you have become. If you need a simple declaration, let it be this: I trust God. Honest faith matters. It helps your heart receive without fear. Understand this as clearly as you can. A blessing does not always have to be earned through strain. Grace often arrives as a gift. Your part is not endless striving. Your part is openness, gratitude, wisdom, and peace. When something good arrives, and it may arrive sooner than you expect, do not reject it just because it feels unfamiliar. Do not tell yourself it is too good for you. Do not return to the old belief that you are unworthy of good things. That mindset has kept many people from receiving what was truly healthy for them. When a blessing becomes visible, receive it with humility and both hands. Thank God for it. Use it wisely. Share it generously. But do not apologize for the good that enters your life. You are learning how to live in alignment rather than in constant anticipation. You are no longer waiting for permission to become whole. You may be stepping into something that has already been prepared for you. The days ahead can feel steadier than the days behind you. That is not random. That is favor meeting readiness. Heaven may not be asking you to do more right now. It may be asking you to receive more. Receive peace. Receive stability. Receive provision. Receive joy. Let today remind you that these things still belong in your life. The season of constant striving may be ending. The season of receiving may be beginning more fully than before. Take one more deep breath. Let gratitude rise naturally. Give thanks for what is already in your hands. Release the last memory of waiting as you exhale. It no longer needs to govern you. You are not merely preparing for life anymore. You are beginning to live it more fully. If you want words for this moment, simply say, I am blessed. Let that complete the intention you are setting today. Your words can help settle what your heart is learning. Your faith can complete the circuit of peace. Stay through the end. From this point on, the message grows quieter and steadier. There is nothing dramatic left to force. Heaven has spoken clearly enough for your spirit to hear. Now, move forward slowly, confidently, and without unnecessary stress. What has begun in you can continue without strain, not because you are pushing it to happen. This is the testimony. This is the evidence of growth. This is the blessing taking shape right now. The way forward may already be clearer than before. Your breakthrough may already be in preparation. Your provision may already be moving. Your purpose may already be in motion. What you were waiting for may no longer be far in front of you. It may already be arriving beside you. Stay through the very end if this quiet strength feels real to you. It may simply be heaven reminding you that its promises have not failed your life. You may be crossing from mere survival into a more settled way of living. The light that once seemed distant may now be reaching you. Imagine Archangel Michael beside you as a symbol of courage and protection. Picture wide golden wings forming a shield against fear, envy, and spiritual heaviness. Let that image remind you that strength and peace can exist at the same time. Then picture the light of Christ drawing near with warmth and clarity. You might hear these words in your spirit. Your long season of waiting was not wasted, and now your life can begin to reflect the promise that carried you through it. Dear friend, do not rush past this. You may have reached a place where heaven's timing and your real life are finally beginning to meet. Things can begin to move more smoothly now. Calls may come at unexpected but welcome times. Doors may open more easily. Smiles may replace old silence. There can be a real alignment here. Perhaps heaven brought you to this moment so you could see who you have become. You are not the same person you once were. Your spirit has matured. Your calm has grown into strength. Your heart may now feel steadier and more secure. You may be ready to receive blessings that once felt too large even to imagine. Stay through the very end. Something meaningful may be taking place inside you right now. Your inner life may be strengthening to match the next chapter ahead. The atmosphere around you may feel lighter. It may be drawing toward you the kinds of opportunities that fit the person you are becoming. Chaos does not have to lead you anymore. Peace, clarity, and provision can begin to feel more natural in your life. In the language of faith, you might say your name is written brightly in heaven's memory. In everyday language, it can simply mean your life carries value, and good things can still find their way to you. Whether it happens through a conversation, a message, or a thought that arrives with surprising clarity, help can show up in ways that feel timely and kind. That can look like divine intervention. It can also look like life being gently rearranged in your favor. Your next step does not have to begin in fear. What you need most may be to fully accept the good that is already drawing near. Let this be your clear reminder that uncertainty does not have to last forever. A new season can begin. What was promised in faith can begin to take shape in real life. Take a deep breath and let peace fill you. There is a kind of rest that comes from finally becoming still enough to trust. You may be more aligned than you realize. What was written over your life may be unfolding in the way it was meant to unfold. Nothing can easily overturn what God has approved for your good. Stay through the end. Picture your name as the final signature on a scroll of blessing. Hold that image for a moment before this reflection closes. You did not arrive here by accident. Perhaps this message reached you at the right time for a reason. Dear friend, do not move too quickly. Remain here through the very end. This is where everything begins to settle. What you feel right now does not have to be only emotion. It may be alignment becoming more stable inside you. Heaven may be sealing what has already begun. There are often signs that a process is completing. A calmer chest, clearer thoughts, and a more peaceful spirit can all be evidence that something is changing in a good direction. There is no need to believe that everything is missing or delayed. What is meant to remain in your life can arrive in a way that stays. Divine presence can feel both strong and gentle at once. It does not need to rush because what is real does not panic. What you were waiting for may no longer be far away. At this stage, trust can begin turning into quiet knowing. You may not need dramatic proof because peace itself can be proof. Heaven often makes things clear through peace. Take time to understand that. Dear friend, the next parts of your life may look different. Decisions can come with more clarity instead of confusion. Opportunities can feel more natural instead of forced. Relationships can grow healthier instead of draining your strength. Stay connected to what is good, wise, and life-giving. Let this message end in completion rather than pressure. Let it be sealed in peace. Let it be done in gratitude. Amen.